Hi there, welcome back to my channel. So I covered the 3 pillars of evil, which was no fun, sad, disappointing, depressing. So today I'm much more excited because I'm going to cover the 5 pillars of wellness. Much happier topic if you ask me. Now this concept is certainly not unique to me. There's plenty of other people doing it, including Dr. Rangan Chatterjee of, let's see if I get his podcast right, Feel Better, Live More. Great podcast. He's a really interesting guy. But anyway, so I have in my program 5 pillars of wellness as well. And when I started on this journey, I guess I thought nutrition was the be-all and end-all. That if I just got that under control, that was it. That was all I needed to do in order to fix myself and be healthy. And don't get me wrong, nutrition took me a long way towards that. I mean, just that one component created a massive shift in my life and my body and my pain level, which, if you remember, is why I started all this. It was pain. I was tired of being in pain. So I got the nutrition under control. But it turns out that nutrition is not the only answer. So I needed a little reset to my reset. And I had to dig a little deeper and add in some more stuff. And as I began to move into my new career as a health coach, I synthesized information until I came up with my 5 pillars. And they are nutrition, sleep, movement, purpose, and mindfulness. And we'll go into each one of those. And I've hammered on nutrition enough in plenty of other episodes, so we won't do that one today. We'll go into the other 4 today. And by the way, all of this is in my blog. I've even written down the protocol, and you can follow it at your will, at your leisure, absolutely for free. Don't have to hire me. You can help yourself. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Help yourself. It's all there. It's all written down. You can follow it yourself. And I'm just going to run through the basics, so it might be easier if you check out my blog too, if you're interested. Okay. So, since we've done nutrition, let's go into number 2. Number 2 is sleep. I cannot emphasize enough to you how critical sleep is for your health. Seriously. Quantity, quality, all of the above. We need sleep as much as we need quality nutrition. There's no way around that fact. So, it is part of our rest and digest systems. When we sleep, your body gets to fix, repair, sort out all the damage you did in a given day. Whether you went running a 5K, it helps to repair muscle damage and put things back together. And endurance athletes will tell you that recovery and rest is as critical as the working phase of what they do. You have to rest, recover. Rest is also part of your digest. So if you're having trouble in that area, too much, too little elimination, IBS, IBD, you have to get your rest and digest back into sync. So, those are the obvious things that sleep does for you. Just your basic rest, recovery. But wait, there's more. Okay, when you sleep, there are different cycles. We all know that. And we all know about REM, our happy dream state, which is great. But what I am concerned about personally is the deep sleep phase, when your brain drops into delta waves. This is when the brain does its rest and repair from a hard day, from everything we go, from life, basically, from life. When you go into delta, the cleaning crew comes out and starts clearing up amyloid plaques in the brain that have built up through the day. And amyloid plaques lead to, wait for it, Alzheimer's and dementia. I told you, sleep was critical. If you're missing your delta cycle, whether in my case from sleep apnea, where I was not getting sufficient delta, or insomnia, or burning the candle at both ends, or being super proud that you only need 3 hours of sleep a night because you're a go-getter, trust me, it's costing you, and it'll cost you very seriously in the long run. If you're missing your delta cycle, you're also at risk for higher risk for heart attack, stroke, and of course Alzheimer's. So sleep, pretty critical. Check your Z's. Okay, so number 3, movement. This one was really hard for me. Exercise, gyms, gym rats, weights. Ugh, it just bores the crap out of me. No kidding. I have a complicated relationship with this one. Not that complicated. I hate it. I really do. For one thing, the exercises that I like to do, horseback riding and gymnastics, I can't do anymore. So it was hard for me to think about getting back into movement. I just wasn't interested in pounding the pavement. And in fact, when I started this, I specifically did not add exercise because I had a theory about the calories in, calories out, and nutritional excellence. And I wanted to see if, like any good experiment, you eliminate the variables one at a time. So I started with nutrition without adding in exercise to see what would happen. But as time went on, I discovered that exercise has to be a component of health. There's just no way around it. I don't like it. Maybe you don't like it. So, as I'm doing the deep dive down the rabbit hole of all things wellness, I discovered a lot of importance to exercise that has nothing to do with your waistline, has nothing to do with losing weight. That was really interesting to me. I wasn't interested in forcing myself to run every day just to lose weight. It just wasn't interesting to me. So, it is critical to wellness, but not necessarily to burn calories. Here's lots of other things that exercise does aside from working on your waist. It induces endorphins, serotonin, and dopamine, all of which are happy time mood stabilizers. Exercise and movement makes you feel better in your brain, not just in your gut and not just in your waist. It literally helps you feel happier and feel better. I hate admitting that, but it's true. Okay. Exercise stabilizes hormones and helps to decrease depression. It helps with sleep. See number 2. Remember? Number 2, sleep, critical. Exercise helps with sleep. It is a form of hormetic stress. Hormetic stress means normal stressors that you put on your body. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, which is actually important in our modern world. We make things too easy on ourselves, actually. We don't have to exercise if we don't want to. We get in our car, we drive to work, maybe 10, 20 steps a day, sit down, not a big deal. We never have to be too cold or too hot, most of us, if we're privileged enough to live that way. We never stress our bodies with hot or cold, any of those extremes. But it turns out that this hormetic stress, these incremental daily stressors, build us stronger. And exercise is one of those stressors. Don't run yourself into the ground. Use some common sense. Exercise improves memory and focus. Curious. Interesting. And it's really good for bone health. I suspect you probably already knew that. Particularly impactful exercise, jogging, rebounding, jump rope, which shocks the bones a little bit. So it's good for bone health. Once again, as always, consult your doctor, see what you can do. And of course, as you know, it improves cardiovascular health. I don't have to tell you that either. So, like it or not, if you're really gonna get real about getting healthy and being well and longevity, you have to add in some form of exercise or movement. Doesn't mean you have to run. Doesn't mean you have to go to the gym. So what I recommend is finding something that you like to do and doing that. Whether that's a nice brisk walk after dinner, in the evening as it cools down, biking around, adding in some yoga, or like I added rebounding. Find something that you like to do so it's not a chore. Because if it's a chore that you dread every single day because you have to do it, you're not going to do it. I mean, we're human. You're not going to do it. For me, what that meant is a lot of variation. I don't like getting stuck in one thing. So I joined a gym and added some swimming. I added rebounding. And now in the time of COVID, I've actually added in a little bit of jogging, which is really surprising for me because I used to hate it with passion. But ironically, being stuck inside in this quarantine has made me stir crazy. And by the end of the day, I have to get outside. I have to move. It's really funny that now I want to move. So I go for a good hike. We have some serious hills where I live. I hike up the hill and I jog down the hill. So, and I'm enjoying it. So find something you enjoy and do it. Trust me, your body will thank you for it. Okay. Number 4, purpose. That one is a little more squirrely, honestly. Purpose. What does that mean? Having purpose in life brings connection and satisfaction internally, in your heart and in your mind. This isn't about calories or nutrition or even the physiological benefits of sleep and exercise. This is a mental thing. This is a mental component of wellness. Humans need to be meaningfully engaged in order to feel fulfilled. It's part of our hardwiring. Your purpose is your business and personal to you. It's very specific to you. But it has to fulfill that part of you that believes that you belong, that life has meaning, and that you matter. So your purpose could take any number of permutations. You volunteer at a local soup kitchen. You work with your church group to help immigrants. You volunteer your time to teach at-risk youth. I mean, again, it's personal for you. It just has to bring meaning to your life. You know, living a life in alignment with your values, which takes a lot to be honest about whether or not you're doing that on the day-to-day. It doesn't mean that your purpose has to be your job or your profession. For some people, that works out, and that's great. But it's not going to for everybody. But that is no excuse not to have it in your life. It can be what you do on the weekends. It can be what you do on the evenings. And for me, it's doing this. I am passionate about helping people to be healthy, pain-free, and wake up to what is happening with our food system and our environment right now. It's critical. I am on a mission to show people what's possible with a lifestyle redirect and a meticulous microbiome reboot. Brings purpose to my life. Kind of funny. Who knew? If you knew me 10 years ago, nobody ever saw this coming. Let me tell you. Okay, so that brings us to number 5 on our pillars of wellness. The last one is mindfulness. This may sound similar to the previous one, and it may sound all woo-woo, hippie nonsense, but I assure you that bringing mindfulness into your life consciously, assiduously, will bring rewards and benefits that you would have never even connected. For instance, let's talk about mindfulness and your belly. Okay, so gas, bloating, indigestion, GERDs, diarrhea, constipation, mindfulness? What? I don't get the connection. We are so disconnected from our bodies. We live constantly in the mind, constantly in the stress, constantly in the future. Our bodies don't have a chance to be with us anymore. We wolf down food in front of the TV and it's gone before we even acknowledge what it is, what we had. How many times have you finished a meal and looked down and went, what just happened? What did I have to eat? You don't remember. You don't remember because you're not being mindful about it. So I would like to suggest bringing mindfulness into every aspect of your life. But let's talk about how you bring it into digestion so your tummy feels better. This is physiology meets the mind. So before you have a meal, pause. Take a beat and bring gratitude to your meal, to the people who created the food on your plate, to the person, including yourself, who made the meal. Take a moment. Bring mindfulness to the dinner table as often as you bring salt, and it will help with your digestion. Digestion begins in the mind. Yum, I see food. The wheels start turning, juices start flowing, the brain tells the stomach something is coming. Mindfulness. Oh, I stop, I smell the food, woo, the digestive enzymes start going. This is physiological. It's not woo-woo. Mindfulness and digestion go together. Then I take a bite. I chew slowly. I savor the flavors. More juices are flowing now. The gallbladder releases. The stomach releases digestive enzymes. Now it's actually working the way it's supposed to. So you see, mindfulness just resolved a bodily issue. They are intimately connected. Usually we are so hurried, like I said, we finish the meal before the juices even get started. So, got GERDs, got heartburn, got gas, bloating, indigestion. There you go. They're connected. You have to rewire this. You have to bring mindfulness to your day, particularly to your meals, to let your body catch up to what you're doing. They can prepare for proper digestion and nutrient absorption. That is a critical component of all this. It's not just getting the nutrients in, right? And ending the processed food junk. So let's say you're getting the nutrients in. there's other issues along the way we have to resolve, right? If you have leaky gut, number one, if you have leaky gut, the nutrients are slipping through and causing systemic inflammatory response. If all of that isn't in alignment, you're not absorbing nutrients. So even though you're eating well, you're not absorbing it and assimilating those things correctly. So this is multifactorial. This is why when I took the deep dive, it all started coming into place. So, bring this mindfulness to everything, and you will see that the scattered and harried life you're leading has left you disconnected, disjointed, and dysbiotic. Brush your teeth mindfully. Do the dishes mindfully. And what does that mean? That means be present. Even if it's something mundane, like doing the dishes, that's okay. Be fully present in the moment. You can't change the past. The future doesn't exist. Try to bring mindful presence into your life at every single opportunity you get. That includes adding meditation. Yeah, we're doing so many things now. It's crazy. We've done the nutrition, we're adding in exercise and movement, we found purpose and living a life in alignment with our values. We're getting really good quality sleep, and we're practicing sleep hygiene. Highly recommend looking up Sean Stevens. He has done a lot of work on sleep and sleep hygiene. Yeah, he's a good resource for that. Sleep is really critical. Okay, so we got our 5 pillars of wellness to counterbalance the 3 pillars of evil, right? That's not too bad. 5 to 3. I think we can do this. So I hope you're still with me on this journey. I know we've added in a lot of things because we're taking care of our nutrition. We are taking care of our sleep. We are learning to add in movement, whatever that means to you. We found purpose and meaning. We bring mindfulness to everything we do. It's a lot, but trust me, if you really want the whole wellness, you have to do the whole thing. So, glad you're with me. Hope you stick with me on this journey, and I hope it's really working for you. Okay, peace out. Bye. So here comes the disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. I am on a hike in my mountains, my local hills, right there. So all I can say is this is a journey you have to take for yourself, as I took it for myself. You have to find out what works for your own body to bring your health back in alignment, to take accountability for your health, and gain some autonomy. The medical system is not going to do it for you, and pills aren't going to cure you. They're just going to allay symptoms. So if you're interested in doing more, talk to your doctor and do the journey for yourself. Again, I'm not a doctor. I just did what worked for me and my body, and I hope you will take the journey to find out for yourself what it takes to get back to health. Peace out. Bye.